The Peony and the Bird by Sandhya Seshadri. In a garden, there was a peony bush that sprouted tiny buds in the springtime. One bud in particular was waiting to blossom. Even as its petals were wrapped tightly around it, this peony tried to sneak a peek at the world outside. He was so excited about being able to grow up that he couldn't wait for nature to wave her magical wand and showcase him to the world. So he pushed down the surrounding leaves and peered and poked his head out. And when he looked up, he saw a most wondrous sight. A bird sitting tall and majestic on a treetop. The bird fluttered her wings and hopped on the branch, and then, lo and behold, it went magically from one branch to another. How did the bird do that? Thought the peony bud. He watched intensely as the bird seemed to point her beak down and flap her wings and glide through the air. In just a matter of seconds, the bird was on another tree. The more the peony saw the bird, the sadder he became at his own plight. There he was, stuck on a branch of one boring bush in one inconsequential corner of the garden where no one could see him and no one cared, while the bird was able to fly carefree everywhere. Surely nature was unfair in how she distributed her gifts. Why couldn't he have been given a beak and wings too? So right then and there, the peony decided he was going to be a bird. If nature wouldn't give him a beak, then he would grow one, and he would flutter his petals hard and break off from the branch and fly. Yes, that's what he would do. He would become a bird. And so he shut his eyes tight and willed a nice long beak. Nature smiled and decided to grant him his wish for a beak. Aha, thought the peony. Now I just have to grow my petals and work hard at flapping them, and soon I will be a bird and will soar the skies. And each day he pushed harder to get his petals to emerge. Unbeknownst to him, nature assisted him and gently let his petals grow. But as the many petals grew, the peony was full and could barely lift his head, leave alone flap his wings to fly. A gentle breeze touched his million petals and carried his beautiful fragrance around. The ants, who were roaming tired in search of nectar, suddenly grew excited and exclaimed, "The peonies are in bloom! Food at last!" Soon they all scurried up to the peony and lay on his soft petals and drank the nectar to their heart's content. They thanked the peony profusely. "You're so beautiful and generous. We are so grateful for you. You stand still, give us soft beds, and nourish us," they said. "I do?" asked the peony, and added, "But I wanted to be a bird." "If you were a bird, how would we find your delicious nectar? We could never have found you, because you would be flying and flitting from one place to another," said the ants. As the ants and the peony basked in each other's company and shared a moment of joy, the bird sat perched up on the tree and wistfully looked down. "I wish I were a peony," she thought. "Here I have to fly from morning to evening to find food. But look at that beautiful peony. He's nourished by the soil, watered by the rain. All his friends come rushing to see him and want to be with him. If only I could be a peony. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. A fly can't bird, but a bird can fly. A. A. Milne.